Welcome
This is an awesome podcast. This is one of my favorite ones.
to the Jeff
That's a lot of whiskey, Jeff.
Macolino
Jeff Macolino
Podcast. Welcome to the new year, folks. To the Jeff Macolino Podcast. This is season 6. It's been a long time. Welcome to today to Jimmy Fitz, who's a former USF Bull, a New York Giant, and was one of my co-stars in The Last Ryde, which will be coming out at some point this year. Follow me on Instagram, Macolino Entertainment Network on Facebook, or on Twitter. I'm at St. J Mac on Instagram and Twitter. So you can keep updated on where you can see these two movies that are, both in the theater circuit. The Last Ryde will be at the Central Florida Film Festival in the middle of January, so not long from now. And Thanksgiving again will be at Newport Richey at the Saints and Sinners Film Festival on Saints Day, January 25th. I believe it's at least currently scheduled for 10:30 a.m. on that Sunday, which is Saints Day, which is cool for me. All right, so I can't think of anything else to say, so sit back, relax, and enjoy me and Jimmy Fitz. All right, everybody, I am very pleased to welcome Jimmy Fitz to the first episode of 2026 for the podcast. How are you, Jimmy?
I'm doing great. I just want to thank you. I appreciate you having me on today, and should have some fun.
Yeah, and Jimmy is one of my co-stars in The Last Ryde, which will actually, I should have planned this. January 13th, we'll be showing at Aloma Theater, I think it's called, in Winter Park. So if you're in that area, get your tickets online now. I'll put a link in the show notes. Didn't plan that, but it works out pretty well. And then actually the following week, we're at Senflo, the Central Florida Film Festival. We'll be seen twice in a couple weeks in the Orlando area.
Nice.
Yeah, we still can't show it in Tampa Bay because sunscreen.
Okay.
But yeah, you had a small role, but probably not too tough of a show up, sit at a strip club for a couple hours, go outside, record, you're gone.
Yeah.
Not a too stressful day.
Wasn't too bad, I'm I've been a security guard and things like that for a while when I was in college, and so the second job and stuff, so I got plenty of experience doing that.
Yeah, when we were casting, as soon as we got your thing, I'm like, oh, please tell me he can read words. He can act at least a little bit, because he is exactly what we're looking for. That's what I forget who it was. It must have been Jeremiah, who was doing the behind the scenes stuff. He's like, I showed up and I thought he actually worked for the club. So you looked the part.
Yes, I definitely looked the part.
Yeah, well, I did. I told you I do have another role that I wrote that I think you'd be good for, because it's hard for me. And this is, people can, if you're watching this, people can see it's hard for me to find people bigger than me. So it's a lot of times I would guess a lot of times on screen I look to my co-stars as you look to me. The other thing is I have a humongous head, and I think that really makes you look big on screen.
I don't know. From our view, it looks like mine might be bigger than yours. So
it could be. Yeah. No, it's and for that, I don't know if you read any of it, but for that, I need someone who makes me not look like I could, need someone who could bully me, we'll say.
Okay. I can definitely do that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do some fight choreography if we get to make that movie, because I get hit quite a bit in that, and I think I punch you once.
Nice.
So I don't win a fight, but
Hey, you can't win them all.
So I've got to talk to you. I will talk more about your transition into acting, but I got to talk to you about USF football.
Yeah.
You played, was it 98 to 01?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, and you were all conference independent team in your senior year, right?
Yes. Yeah. First team all independent conference. I was rookie of the year in '98. I didn't redshirt, so I played my first 4 years. Yeah, I was team captain, offensive lineman of the year, and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
I played in the Florida versus USA All-Star game. It's called the Gridiron Classic in Orlando.
Nice. And you went to camp, did you, with the Giants?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, I signed as a free agent with the Giants, and the crazy thing is I signed a 3-year contract with them, and I had a lot of hip pain on and off when I was playing at USF, and I started having the hip pain again when I was with the Giants, and so they did a bunch of tests and stuff and found out I had psoriatic arthritis, and my the cartilage in my hips was about 70% chewed up and all that.
Jeez.
So I did end up getting released, but yeah, I was a New York Giant for a little while.
Yeah, and that's impressive coming from USF to even get. I mean, especially back then. I mean, because 98 was year 2, right?
Yeah, it was the second through the fifth year that I played for USF. We did have a few people that had been drafted. So
yeah, Anthony Henry.
Yeah, Kenyatta Jones, Kaliko Mitchell. Yeah, we had a few guys, before me, which is big for a startup school. Startup football program, anyways.
Yeah, and now we haven't had anyone drafted in like 5 years. It's just bizarre to me. But college football is looking at USF even from when you were there to now. I mean, they're going to have a stadium in a couple of years.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Being in the beginning, like how proud does it make you to see? I mean, we were in a major conference, now we're not, but I don't know. I feel like we have kind of the best resources of anyone not in a power conference. It's kind of a weird place we're in at the moment, where it seems like we're definitely going in the next conference realignment.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge difference from when I was there. When I was playing USF, like our football offices were 3 trailers. And now they got multi-million-dollar training facility. They got the indoor practice facility. The practice fields are way different. We had to go from the Sundome to the practice facility. It's a good ways away. A lot of people, I drove an old Ford Ranger, and everybody would pile in the back of my truck. I mean, that thing would be squatting, driving over to the practice field, and people would be almost falling out of the back of the truck. There were so many, but so I mean, the way, or I should say, how far the program has come now, it's amazing, and to see the plans for the new on-campus stadium, man, I'm really excited about it. I'm kind of disappointed in the Golish, leaving. But I mean, I think we made a great hire with Hartline from Ohio State, man. I think he's bringing a bunch more excitement and I don't know, maybe it's a little more credibility to the program as well.
Yeah, no, I love the hire. I did. It sucks with Golish, and I do say this when I've had some Auburn fans ask me, and I'm like, he took over a dumpster fire. The program was not in good shape, but his record 23-15. He's not gone to a conference championship game, let alone win one. I'm like, I don't know if I'm Auburn, if I'm that excited, or if I'm well, this seems like a guy who hasn't actually won a championship. Hartline, as a coordinator, at least, has won a championship and has been in those kind of moments. Golish, I mean, I don't think he's ever, because he was at Tennessee before that. They didn't win the conference.
Yeah. And Hartline's putting people in the NFL, you know. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you have NFL caliber players, you know, that's going to, if you're putting people in the NFL, you know, it's going to help with recruiting and getting the top talents, you know, to come into your program because they, you know, think they have a better shot of going to the NFL. And that's,
Yeah.
you know, it's most of this, you know, college today is about getting as much top talent as you can get in, you know, especially with the transfer portal and the, you know, the NIL and all those things, man. It's just way different.
Yeah, it's got to be such a crazy thing for you to see,
Yeah.
because you have to think like, and think, I don't know, there's pluses and minuses to it, obviously, but like a player like you easily after, you know, 98, 99 could have said, hey, I got bigger schools, I'm out of here, or they're going to pay me more money, I'm going to get more exposure, more likely to get drafted.
Yeah.
And it's not unreasonable for a college kid to do that. And I think the sad thing is, I always used to argue with a couple friends who like college football better than the NFL. And I always say, I mean, it's kind of a crass argument, but I'm like, yeah, that's why I watch women's basketball instead of men's basketball. I want to watch less talented players on the field. And they're like, the talent's not that much different, but the big thing is the passion and like school pride and everything. And I'm like, well, that doesn't exist anymore. I mean, very rarely, like Mac Harris and Schuler are two guys who you know, Byron Brown is in the transfer portal, and that, you know, that's like a kick in the nuts if you see him in an NFL game and next to his name is not USF, it's Auburn or wherever the hell he ends up going.
Yeah, disappointed in that too, but you know, you can't blame these guys for doing it. You know, I mean, I think there needs to be some rule changes with the NIL. I think there should be a cap per position. You know, and how much you can get paid by the school or whatnot. And also there needs to be a contract of a minimum, you know, of like 2 years that you have to stay at a school. You know, because the schools are investing and the coaches are investing their time and effort into developing these players. And, you know, you waste all that time putting that into a player and then the next year they just leave.
Yeah.
But I think the capping the amount of money they can get now outside of, you know, being paid by the schools, if you know, sign a Cheerios commercial deal or something like that, that's on you. You make whatever you make on that. You know what I mean? I don't think that outside stuff should be capped. But like if you're getting paid by a school, you know, just say like what's his name that transferred from Georgia to Miami, the quarterback.
Oh, Beck.
Beck, yeah. I mean, like that guy's making more in college than he ever probably will in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think he's a good quarterback and all, but I don't think he's like a top talented quarterback for the NFL.
No, yeah. I don't think he's a starter in the NFL.
I mean, he's making more money and playing college football than he's, you know, would in the NFL.
Yeah, and I can't blame, like Byron Brown is going to go somewhere, get paid millions.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a guy who doesn't have a guaranteed NFL roster spot. Like, right. I mean, I think he has the floor of being like a Taysom Hill type player who does multiple things. He certainly doesn't have the mechanics of an NFL quarterback.
Right.
He doesn't have the accuracy, and that can be developed still. And he's gotten better, but he's not a guy who's guaranteed to. Because we had guys like Quentin Flowers who I thought for sure would find a place in the NFL. I don't think he ever played in a game. I know he was on a practice squad for a year, but I don't think he ever stepped onto the field except for in preseason games. So it's like, I can't blame him for getting, I mean, and I think he will get millions of dollars wherever he goes. Yeah. That sets you up for life. So I can't, it stings, but there's a weird with sports. I get in this argument with baseball all the time. It's like, there should be like the NFL, a cap and a floor. Like you have to spend this much. You can't spend over this much.
Yeah.
And people argue, especially with me, they're like, well, you're free market capitalism. I'm like, yes, but this is sports. This isn't real life. Like the point of sports is you want people on equal playing field. You don't want the $400 million Dodgers playing the $60 million Rays and trying to make people think that this is a fair fight. So something in college needs to, it would be nice to have more of a level playing field.
Yeah.
I also thought with the transfer stuff, I think I was at a bar talking about this, and we came up, me and this guy we're talking to came up with, you can only transfer if there's a coaching change at any point, or after your first year, or before your final year of eligibility. So if you go to Alabama and you realize I'm 7th on the depth chart, I want to go somewhere I can play, you get to transfer, and you can spend 4 years at USF or wherever. And then the opposite, if you stayed there and you didn't really get as much, you should get 1 year to transfer somewhere, and which they kind of already have that with grad school.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. But I mean, one thing for certain, I absolutely agree that college, athletes should be getting paid, not only in football, but all the athletics, just the time, effort, all the things that are put into being a student athlete, man. It's a lot.
Yeah, I can't imagine because I think people, including myself, forget you have to go classes too. Like, it's not like your job is just to show up and play football. Your job is to show up and play football and spend 15 hours in a classroom, plus all the time it takes outside of the classroom to, so it's like 2 full-time jobs, really.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm 45 years old now. I'm still paying on my student loans that I had to take out just to survive in college.
Jeez.
It's granted I make the minimum payments.
Yeah.
But it's just sad. Like, I've always thought that the student athletes should be getting paid.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying like, we should be driving, Mercedes or anything like that, but like, you should have at least enough money where you can, if you're living off campus or, in a, apartment or something, you can pay your bills and have gas money and not have to eat ramen noodles every night.
Yeah. Cause I know it's better now, but I know some players, I remember having this conversation, I think with Matt Grothy, where he had to work at a bar to make money to just survive while he was going to school and he was playing football, and he still had to have a job.
Yep.
And meanwhile, there were 50,000 number 8 jerseys walking around the stadium. Mm-hmm. And it was like, that's when I was a student there, was when we got up to number 2 and everything. And it was like, yeah, it's kind of weird that they're clearly profiting off of you.
Yep.
And yeah, he had a full scholarship. So what? Like, that doesn't, that's nice, but it's not enough. And I guess, they probably didn't even have a ton of scholarships when you played because it was so new.
I don't know. I know I had a full scholarship. I don't know what the amount was, but yeah. And we were when I started there, we were Division I AA. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure that's a lower amount of scholarships is what they have now. But
yeah, I guess now everyone probably gets a full ride. Well, because everyone gets at least paid something.
Yeah, they still have walk-ons and stuff and all that, I'm sure. But yeah, I don't know what the number is. But,
yeah, that's right. Sean Atkins was originally a walk-on.
Right.
See, he's another guy. I'm kind of baffled that he didn't get any looks at NFL camps. Like, I know his senior year wasn't as good as his junior year, but he didn't have a starting quarterback for most of his senior year.
Yeah.
He had a baseball player playing quarterback most of it. I like that Archie just played those games, got drafted, and quit football completely.
Yeah, see, I seen him as like a Wes Welker, Edelman type of guy. Man, he was clutch. Man, that guy would catch everything. Man, he had a lot of heart and you just see the effort, man. Like, every play he put effort into it.
Yeah, he's the kind of guy. I was yesterday watching the Saints Titans, and it was a wild game. But Cam Ward and Tyler Shuck, both rookie quarterbacks. Yeah. I'm like, in that game, I'm like, a guy like Sean Atkins would be so good because he had a feel for getting open. Yep. So when the quarterback's scrambling and the scramble drill's going on, some receivers, it's good to have a guy like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because not all. I know just from watching film study on Tyler Shuck, and a lot of times when he scrambles out, there's only 1 or 2 receiver who is moving. still. Like they just, even in the NFL, they don't have a feel for getting open. I think it's just a gift. I don't think it's something you necessarily can learn all that much. And Atkins had it, so I really thought he should have gotten a look. But
yeah, I think it's a feel. It's just an intuition. In a lot of those cases. I mean, I think the guys try to scramble around, but till they get into the right place, like it's I think it's just a feel and an intuition.
Yeah, and knowing how to read your quarterback also.
Yeah, well, that's
helps
too. Playing together.
Yeah,
for multiple years and getting to know each other and kind of knowing what each other is going to do. Those things. If you got guys transferring every year, you don't really develop that.
Yeah, well, it's not. It's funny because I was thinking a lot of players probably only get their shot because of a transfer situation. I would guess on the flip side, a lot of guys blew their shot because they transferred too much. Because there are some guys who it's like, if you just stayed in this system and been patient and but again, I never know with I don't get why nobody from USF is getting drafted. I'll be stunned, although I shouldn't be. But like to me, the two linebackers should both easily get drafted. Mac Harris and Schuler should both go.
Yeah.
But I have no idea if they're supposed to.
Yeah, I haven't really watched much on that either. But yeah, those guys are dogs, man. They're dogs.
Yeah. No, if they don't have anyone drafted this year, I'm just whatever. Yeah. they'll get a wide receiver start drafted as once Hartline gets his guys in here because he's just a machine at making NFL receivers.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that to see the guys they bring in and what kind of a program they can put together for next season. So
yeah, I don't expect a big drop off, which is nice because I feel like Hartline kind of gonna get us competing day one. I think between the transfer portal and recruits and the guys who actually stay, because there is some talent on this roster that is going to still be here.
Yeah, absolutely. We got some pretty good receivers coming back. The line, defensive line. I mean, I don't know if they're coming back or not. Actually, I don't know.
Well, yeah,
who's coming back?
Well, they've got such a talented receiver room. I'm like, all of them should want to stay with Hartline because, I mean, I feel like that just having the association with him will bump you up a round or two in the draft. Seeing how good every Ohio State, talking about the Saints game yesterday, Chris Olave is just going off lately, and it's a crazy how much talent they keep pumping into the NFL wide receiver and other positions, but wide receivers is, I
hope that translates over to us.
Yeah, I'm excited for some of these receivers, but if we'll see if they stay. It does suck with. I always say this with basketball because a couple of years ago with Abdur Rahim, such a great team that should have gotten into the tournament. And then the next year, it's like one guy from the entire team is still there. It's like, it sucks having to relearn an entire – I mean, basketball is easier than football because it's not that many that play.
Right.
But it's like, man, I have to learn all these players and occasionally see one of our guys who played for us last year doing well on another school. It's I'm spoiled as a suffering Saints fan. They keep all of their guys until they've got a foot in the grave, basically. Like Demario Davis and Cam Jordan are 36 and on their last years, and it's both of them. It's like we should probably re-sign them again. Like, I do wonder. With you talking about your hip, I always wonder if. And I don't know that it really has with arthritis taken the steps that it has in other areas, but like Demario Davis is a good example, and his routine is top secret. He will not share it with anyone. He says he's going to play into his 40s at linebacker, which is insane. And he's not slowed down. He's doing something scientifically that's hacking the body in a way that not been. I don't know of any linebacker who's played to 40. He's still got some time to actually get there, but I mean, I wouldn't bet against him.
Yeah, I think that the technology has just come so far now, and just the research, and obviously how the body works, and working with mitochondria and all the different chemicals and stuff. It's so intense now, like, and they know like every bit of how everything works, and you can almost biohack your body now. And
yeah,
I wish I had the knowledge back then that I had now. I probably could have prevented a lot of the damage from the arthritis that I have from happening or getting worse.
Yeah, and with stuff like stem cells and stuff like that, I don't know. I hear Rogan talk about this stuff, and I'm like, I need to go on. I need to be a guest on Rogan just so that I can tell him, like, yeah, I've got hip problems and click in my shoulder. Do you have any guys you can get me in with to see?
Yeah.
Do whatever injections or supplements, as long as they come in gummy form.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed my supplements over there. They're all gummies because I can't swallow. Yeah. I'm not a grown up. I can't swallow pills.
Yeah, I stopped doing the gummies just because the carbs and the carbohydrates and all that.
Yeah. There's that is something that I don't love. One of them is sugar free and it tastes like dirt.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that too, because a lot of those sugar free use the artificial sweeteners that still spike your insulin and all those things.
Mm-hmm.
I think the three good ones are like allulose, sucralose, and erythritol, the sugar alcohol. They're the only ones that really don't spike your alcohol, which is like monk fruit, stevia.
Oh yeah. It's a. I still I make the joke because I do my my long walks, and I switched my pasta brand. I mentioned pasta earlier to a one that has 24 grams of fiber per serving. So it fills you up a lot faster. It's 55% of the calories. So I'm like, well, between the amount I walk, I can eat pasta and drink alcohol and still lose weight.
Yeah, I switched pasta to artichoke heart.
Oh yeah, how's the texture on that?
Well, I mean, when you open the package, they're a little bit hard, but you cook them for like 10 to 15 minutes and they're soft, just like regular pasta.
Huh.
And you can't even tell the difference. Like, that's all I eat now. I mean, if I wanted like a pasta, I'll do that.
Artichoke hearts.
Yeah, I forget the name of the brand, but it's artichoke hearts.
Huh.
And they're made into noodles.
I'll try that out.
So they still have some carbs in it, but I mean, you're not eating the whole package. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. No,
it's a very good low carb way to go with that.
Yeah, I make the joke. I'm like, well, if the booze, or like I on my walks, like today even, like I'm like, okay, I want to go another couple miles. I'm thirsty. I'm hot. I'm going to McDonald's and getting a Diet Coke, which I know has bad artificial sweetener in it. But I'm like, if I walk 2 extra miles, and if I get cancer or something, who cares? At least I'll be thin and get cancer. And
yeah.
But I used to have the worst heartburn. Like when we were shooting the Last Ryde, I went through probably 10 Tums a day.
Wow.
And we were eating like shit. You didn't get the joy of eating because we were on location and all that.
Yeah.
You weren't around a meal time, but we were getting pretty expensive and really shitty food, but really good pizza, like $30 a pie type pizza,
wow.
But and pub subs and stuff like that, and it's like, yeah, it's not healthy. I gained a lot of weight, but I always assumed this was why I needed Tums. And then I'm like, once I dropped below like 270, I was like, I haven't had Tums in a while. It's like, oh, it was just being fat as fuck. That's why I needed Tums. Being overweight's not healthy for you, it turns out. Someone should have told me.
Yeah, I know that way too much. I'm actually having my left hip. I gotta have them both done, but I'm having my left hip replaced in March.
Oh yeah.
So I don't have to lose weight for the surgery, but my doctor would prefer it. So I've been on a, I started doing the ketosis, ketone diet probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago, but I've lost like 17 pounds already, man.
Nice.
I can tell a huge difference already, man, just in, 3 or 4 weeks. So.
Yeah, it was. I do remember when I did it. It was good until it wasn't. But like the energy levels and everything were great. Like there was no problem with that. It was just like I wasn't good enough at mixing up what I ate, and I found another way. But I am going to need to start doing something different. Probably cutting back on this a little bit, but I'll lie and say I'm not.
Yeah. It does make a huge difference. The alcohol, like, pretty much makes your liver and kidneys, like, all your energy basically goes to that to get alcohol out of your system. So it diverts all of your attention to those things to process the alcohol out of your body.
Yeah, it's a weird. I do think my body does it faster than most people. Which I think is honestly because I used to talk to weight loss people, and they all said you're not going to lose weight until you stop drinking, and that's why I'm like, if you had just told me exercise the hell out of yourself, and if like I want to lose another 30 pounds, I'm probably going to have to give this up for a little while.
Yeah,
like just to get, because I am at that point where I'm not losing weight. I'm just kind of flat, which is okay. It's not the worst, but it's like I want to lose 20 more. Oh, there is a movie. I'm sitting on 4 scripts that I have completed, and one of them is called Spaghetti Face, and I'm supposed to kind of be overweight and some mob comedy movie.
Okay.
So I'm like, I should film that at this weight and then lose the other 20, 25 pounds. Because I do not want to be in a scenario where I'm like, for the good of the movie, I need to gain 20 pounds. Because that's I still remember, I don't know if this is why, but I still remember thinking when James Gandolfini died, he had shot a movie and he went from like 290 to 210. After shooting a season of Sopranos, he lost the weight. He came back for the next season, and I think they delayed production for a couple weeks and just said, you need to get fat. Nobody's going to be, your character doesn't work with you in shape. You need to be fat.
Yeah.
So he had to put on just as much weight as he could, as fast as he could. And you die of 50 or whatever from a heart attack.
Yeah.
You think, well, the extreme weight gain and weight loss probably didn't help. Who knows if that.
Yeah, well, I'm sure the weight loss helped.
The weight loss helped.
the weight you gain is a whole different story.
Yeah, and I don't want to, especially if it's one of my own productions. I can't imagine, like, I would have to, because I don't think that character works as a protagonist if he's in good shape. Right. I think he has to be kind of schlubby, and that's a. I need to get that movie just in production now, so I can just stay flatline for the next 6 months, shoot the movie, then I'll lose weight after the movie.
Lucky for me, nobody's going to ask me to gain weight.
Yeah, no, that's that's not right now, at least. I mean, if you lost enough weight, you might they might ask you. I actually have a football movie that I have a script for also. So see, I've got tons of parts for you.
Hey, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I'm that one. I'm like, oh, that's going to be so expensive to make because it's supposed to be the NFL, but you're probably not going to get the rights to use the NFL team. So
yeah,
I was looking at it and I'm like, I'm going to have to basically invent a league with uniforms and teams, and I'm like, that's a lot of, well, like the script's done, but to actually, they did say, I was looking into it, like getting a football field is not going to be as hard as I thought. You get one place and you just dress the stadium, but I'm like, that's not going to be quick and easy. And again, you have to create all of these teams to dress the stadium. And then I guess you could just generate the stands and duplicate and stuff. And,
yeah, I was going to say that too. I mean, AI is so crazy now. Like, you could probably do all of that with.
Yeah, for that movie, I'd need to be 20 pounds lighter. I'd be playing a quarterback. So I could probably pass as a quarterback right now. If Phillip Rivers, I'm smaller than him.
Yeah.
But that's that if that one ever gets made, it's going to be interesting because everyone in it is going to be like in their 40s playing that they're pro football players. But I if people look the part,
it's not necessarily out of the realm. I mean, you got Aaron Rodgers and Phillip Rivers.
Yeah.
And a lot of these guys are playing older and older. You know, Tom Brady was 40-something years old too. Was he like 45 when he was playing?
Yeah, I think 45. Yeah, that's
wild, man.
Yeah, that's one thing when I've been just throwing the football around because I'm training because I'm at the point where I'm like, if someone were to fund any of the movies, I need to be ready to roll on it.
Yeah.
So I need to be in somewhat football shape in case that's the movie. I need to, and man, my shoulder's killing me. I'm like, how do these guys do it? I mean, they obviously train their whole lives for this, but it's like, man, my shoulder clicks. I've got like a pitch count of like 50 before I'm like, nope, I'm done. Or I'm not going to be able to do anything tomorrow with my right arm. Yeah. I mean, Drew Brees is like that, but we saw what happened to his shoulder. I don't know how he got it put back together, and he played 15 seasons after that disgusting shoulder injury.
Yeah, none of those guys started doing that overnight, though. It's been years of building up training and all those things. So it takes a little while to build up the strength and the, being able to, the endurance and all those things.
Yeah, I think I would be ready in 2 weeks if I needed to do enough for a movie.
Right. Yeah.
But even then, I would have to be on like a pretty strict pitch count. Like, all right, I could throw 100 today, guys. So let's make them count.
Yeah.
But or I just learned how to throw lefty because this shoulder seems fun.
And I'm sure you can edit the filming, so that's not.
Yeah. I've got a good form. I've got the form down. It's just We'll just show me throwing the ball, and we'll do the catching of the ball in post.
Right.
We'll shoot it separately. Somehow make it look like I threw the ball 60 yards down the field, even though it went 25.
Yeah.
That's actually one thing that I'm like, I've never thrown with shoulder pads on. I mean, when I played in high school, I'm sure I threw a ball a few times, but I don't recall it being easy I think pads are better probably now than they were when I played at my high school.
Yeah, they're definitely a lot smaller. Like, when I played in high school, my damn shoulder pads were so big, I could barely move around in them. And then, going to the Giants, my shoulder pads were like quarterback pads.
Oh yeah.
Like, it was nice. Like, I could move around. Like, I felt, really light, and this is really nice.
So those high school pads were. I remember it taking probably a week, and I played tight end as one of my positions. I couldn't get my arms like past here. Mm-hmm. Like they were lineman pads, and I was struggling. I was also like a $135, so I probably just. I think the pads and the helmet weighed probably about 40% as much as I did. It was
people don't realize how much that equipment weighs, especially when it gets all sweaty and
and we had to wear all the pads freshman year, the big old bulky the hip pads, the tailbone pad, which I occasionally would be able to sneak out because that one hurt me. Like I'm like, I'd rather fall on my tailbone than fall on this pad, which bruises my tailbone when I fall on it.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, at 135, I got knocked on my ass a lot. So
I was just going to say, I don't really know how that was, but I didn't get knocked on my ass.
No, I played D tackle. I mean, it was JV. My freshman year, I was 135, and I was going up against guys who were 300 pounds. And it was like, thinking back, it's like, it is amazing that I did make any plays. I made a few. And I but sometimes if I get somebody angry at practice, one of my teammates, if I beat him on a rep, I would get buried the next play. And it's like, how else would it go?
Yeah.
That'll encourage you to bulk up fast.
Yeah, I know for me, we would, when I was at USF, like we would go against the practice squad, practice guys. So those are guys that just, weren't going to be playing in the games or redshirted or whatever. And, so I would tell them, I'd be like, hey, man, take it easy, man. Just make it look good, and they would try to go all world and make you look bad.
Yeah.
And the next play, you'd have to show them, give them the business.
Yeah. Yeah. They were trying to be Rudy.
let them know that if you want to, like, you can punish them, so.
Yeah.
That good times.
Yeah. That has to be such a awkward position to be in, being the practice guy who is not going to ever play. Yeah. It's and God forbid, you don't want to hurt a starter.
Yeah.
You almost don't want to go all out because you really should only be focused on helping the team.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
yeah, and that's those guys really are there to give you a look. They're not there to, trying to make, all pro plays, every play. They're supposed to give you a look so that you can kind of see what the defense for the other team's going to be doing against you.
Yeah.
So
I went on a date with a lady last night who her dad went to high school with Rudy.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, he would not be a fun guy to practice with. If the movie's anything remotely true, which I doubt it. I mean, I know he played in a game for Notre Dame. Yeah. I know that much, but outside of that, I doubt much of it is true.
Yeah, it's they got to embellish a lot of that to make it theatrical.
It's weird though, and this is a good segue to the theatrical stuff. Like I don't know if you know Tyler Shuck's story where he went to Oregon and he was Herbert's backup his freshman year. He started his redshirt freshman year, broke his collarbone, then he broke his leg. He transferred to Texas Tech. He broke his other collarbone. He had another injury. I don't remember what it was. They were all broken bones. And then his seventh year of college football, he transferred to Louisville, and that was the only year he actually started a full season. So he's a 26-year-old rookie. And I'm like, see, to me, that like if he is a successful NFL player, which it looks like he's going to be, that you shouldn't have to embellish to make that movie of a college kid who just can't catch a break and has to just keep coming back and hoping things turn out different. And then, I mean, I don't know. I guess maybe you need to add some drama in there to make it more interesting. But it's like it seems like it should be there. But I know if they made a movie about him, it would not be like the Michael Orr movie, Blindside.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, it was a great movie, and Michael Orr hates it because he's like, this is furthest thing from what happened in the world. He's like, I loved football, and they made it seem like I was some idiot who had never seen a football game or anything. He's like, I loved football my whole life. And I don't think he liked the way that they portrayed the family that adopted him either. But I'm like, yeah, that's what that's the industry we're in now.
Right. And I read and watched a bunch of stuff about that too. That was wild, man. They basically, I mean, from what he says, portrayed it so much different than it was. But it was a good movie either way.
Right. Well, that's the thing. It's like if it's based off based off a true event is a real loose term, which I realize should actually be for The Last Ride, because I don't know how much of the script you actually got, but it's so in real life when I was selling my house, the first time there was a showing, I walked to a bar. The showing's done. I get another drink. I end up spending like $86 for 45 minutes of me And I'm like, oh, this isn't sustainable. I'm going to spend thousands of dollars while my house is being shown. I'm like, I need to do something productive, and I can't be there. I got to go somewhere. Yeah. So I got Uber, and I'm like, I'll actually make money. So anytime I sold the house, I drove for 30, 45 minutes, sometimes an hour. So one day I drove for like 6 hours because I was actually enjoying it. I was just driving up and down the beach all day with tourists asking me questions, and they're on vacation at the beach. Everyone's happy. But this one time I lived close to St. Anthony's, and I go pick this dude up, and he tells me, and this is a long drive to like Feather Sound, and there was a lot of traffic, so it took 30, 45 minutes. And he told me right in the beginning, like, yeah, I just finished chemo. I got stage 4 cancer. I'm going to be dead probably in a few weeks. And that's, in essence, the premise of this movie, except for in this movie, he pays me to drive him around everywhere before he dies. So it is, I didn't write the script. Chris did, because I write comedy, and I'm like, I don't feel like making this a comedy movie is really appropriate necessarily. Right. But maybe in the marketing, I need to advertise it as based on a real story. If the guy had hypothetically offered me $2,000 to drive him around all weekend, I would have said yes, because that would have been a hell of a thing. Yeah,
especially, I mean, the guy's, not going to make it very long.
Yeah. And that's in essence the premise of this movie is that. Yeah. So
yeah, I knew about the premise of it, but I didn't get the full script. I think I just got the script for the scenes that I was doing. But
yeah, and that day was, we were talking about this before, that was the hottest day. But again, you were lucky because you got out of there pretty early. You didn't have to sit in the hot car for hours.
Yeah, and I was on the shaded side of the building too. So.
Oh man, you had it made. Yeah. We literally we show up to the strip club. All the strippers were making fun of me because my hot dog outfit.
Oh yeah.
There were, how many customers were in there? Like 2 men who were probably 7 years old.
Yeah, there's actually 2 or 3 guys in there. Yeah.
Yeah, there were. I do not believe anyone was dancing on the stage when we were there, and I don't know. I think they were playing music. I went there twice. I went there when we were scouting the location, and they didn't have a DJ, so there was nobody dancing. I'm like, this is very loose to be called a strip club right now. There is no music. There's no dancers.
I think there were like two servers that were in there.
Yeah. There were a bunch of girls there because when I got there originally, they were having like a meeting. But I don't know where they all went.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember seeing very many people inside except for you, me, John, and Avriana and her boyfriend.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was it turned into a very rough day, though. It seems like such a glamorous day just hanging out at the strip club. But
right.
When we shot, after your scene, when we shot behind the strip club, I told you it was sitting in the car. It was 110 degrees. And poor John, he luckily wasn't in the car. It was 20 degrees cooler outside of the car. But it was 90 degrees in November, which is insane to think last year. But he was wearing a suit. So we were both just sweating our asses off. Yeah. Avriana at least was barely wearing any clothes. But it couldn't have been easy for her either because it was and it was on blacktop, so the sun was just beating down.
Yeah.
And planes, there's an airport, the airport right by there.
Yeah.
They come by so low. Anytime a plane flew, it was like to start the whole fucking thing over. Like you can't predict when it's going to happen either.
Right.
And so it's just like
cross fingers.
Yeah, well, sometimes it's like 60 seconds apart. Sometimes it's 20 minutes apart. But yeah, so it wasn't like, there were sirens constantly throughout, which
traffic pretty close too.
Yeah, there was a garbage truck that kept backing up, and it was just like now. But the good thing, Chris was editing the movie. The good thing is he was able, like these editing softwares are so good with audio isolation that he had to actually add in sirens because he couldn't separate the siren from one of their voices. So he had to add it in for the other person.
Oh, wow.
But it's still so good at, like, you don't hear the trucks backing up. The planes, I mean, we just had to start those scenes over. But it's incredible how good the audio isolation is on these editing softwares now, which is nice as someone who's not very technically gifted.
I don't know anything about the editing side of things. Like I just see the end results when you guys play it.
Yeah.
At a premiere.
Yeah, I was saying this the other day. It's like I love the storytelling aspect. I've obviously written 4 scripts that haven't been made, and I'm working on a 5th. And I obviously like doing that, but it's like I would like to just show up and be told what to do and know my lines and leave, not have to worry about the shot, not have to worry about the audio. Show up, do my lines, and leave.
That's the part I enjoy.
Yeah, I mean that's even I did one thing after we Thanksgiving again. I've only done one other thing, and even then, it was with the guy directing it was the DP of Thanksgiving, Jeremiah. So we were editing Thanksgiving again. So we were seeing each other every day. So a couple times, even when we were shooting, I'm just there as an actor, and I wasn't overstepping, but I a couple times was like, "What about this?" And again, it's just because our relationship. But I'm like, man, I need to just shut up, not. But
hey,
yeah. So what got you into acting?
I actually did an NFL Sunday Ticket commercial right after I was released from the Giants. That was back in 2002.
Wow.
That was the first time I had any experience with acting. But I would say I didn't do anything since then. But about 3 years ago, I don't know if have you ever met Heather Fraley?
Yeah.
So she was working on something with I forget his last name, but Preston
Walden.
Yeah. But they were working on something and they needed an extra for a couple scenes, and I was like, you know what? Like, why not?
Yeah.
So I went and did that, and I met a bunch of people on set, and they were all like, hey man, like you're a big guy, we could use it for this or this or this. And so I just started networking with them, and then I started doing, things with them, met more people, and it's just taken off. Like I never actually like thought of or expected to be an actor, but I just kind of fell in love with it.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's tough to in casting the movies. A lot of times it's like we want a big imposing guy, but I don't know that we're gonna. Now I see, knowing you now, I'm like, oh, I can write. Like honestly, the role was written with you in mind. For the I don't even remember what the script's name is, the working title of it. But I only wrote that character because I'm like, well, I know somebody who can do it. Mm-hmm. Like, but I also have I don't know how to execute this. I had a model on the podcast, unfortunately over Zoom, but I had a model on the podcast, and I think she's 5'10", 5'11". And I'm like, I want to make a movie. And this is because I acted in something with a guy who was 6'8", I believe. And I mean, I'm 6'2", and I normally I'm the biggest guy on the screen. Right. And 6'2" is not abnormally tall. But for actors, it seems to be on the taller side. Yeah. But me next to him, I look like a toddler. And I'm like, what would be interesting is if I was able to cast a movie where I am the shortest guy in the entire movie and she's the shortest woman. And I'm like, at some point, I feel like people would just notice like the relation of people, like the height of me compared to an SUV or something, and be like, wait a second, how is this guy so tiny? But he's clearly not small. So I don't know, and I don't even know that it's part of any plot. It would just be like I just feel like it would be a mind fuck for people if they're like, wait, I thought you were like 5'6". You're. I don't know that it would be the most flattering thing for me to be. You don't really ever want to be the shortest guy in the room. You've probably never had to experience that.
No, definitely not. But I've definitely been around some guys taller than me that made me feel like you were talking about the 6'8" guy.
Yeah.
I actually have a friend that's 6'8". We call him 6'8".
Yeah, that's I think that's because what are you, like 6'6" or
I'm 6'3".
you're 6'3"?
Yeah.
Jeez Louise. I feel like you tower over me. But I think it's the head size and the shoulder width and everything.
Yeah. The cowboy boots don't.
Oh, and I'm barefoot. So yeah, you probably have a couple extra inches. That makes sense. Okay. I'm now that works.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking 3 inches, and that's probably about the 1 inch plus 2 with this. But yeah. And I would hate to be. That would be unless I played professional sports. I would hate to be 6'7" or taller because I feel like that's the almost freak show. And I don't mean this in a derogatory way towards tall people, but that's where like everyone's going to look at you and be like, "Whoa!" And everyone. I would never ask this question, but I know that they get asked. Did you play basketball?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you played in the NBA, then it would be great, or even college. But if you just were an uncoordinated, because most tall kids I remember in school were like the tall kids in middle school couldn't walk straight. Like they'd be tripping over their own feet because they were too big. Like they didn't have the coordination to match their size. So there's probably a lot of guys who were just klutzy kids who never played sports that are 6'7" and just hate basketball because they constantly are getting harassed about it. That would be my guess.
Yeah, well, that, and I mean, only being 6'3", like I still feel weird about walking under some of the, entrance ways or doorways. If you're 6'7", most of the door openings are only like 6'8" so like they're really cutting it close.
Yeah.
And then walking through the grocery store and everybody's like, "Hey, can you grab that off the top shelf for me?"
That used to be when I was at my fattest. That used to be a fear of mine because I was so fat to the point of where if I lifted my arms up, my shirt would lift up over my belly, and it's like the top shelf was like, "Don't go there." So that's why actually one of my feel good moments was when a little old lady asked me to get something off the top shelf, and I'm like, I know my stomach's not going to come out of this shirt.
That's what you gotta hold the shirt down with the one arm and reach up with the other.
Yes. Yeah, that was the trick. If you had to go up there and there was anybody else in the aisle, you had to. It better be something I can get with one hand.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I've had to do it.
Yeah. It's crazy they don't make XL and double XL shirts longer than like.
Mm-hmm.
This shirt's long. This. I love this shirt because no matter how fat I get, I mean, I'd have to get really fat for my stomach to come out of it.
Yeah, I like these affliction shirts so much because they are a little bit longer and make them for bigger guys. So.
Yeah. You would think that at an XL or a 2XL and above, they would be like, let's add a couple inches on the bottom. But I guess people making the clothes probably aren't the ones. I guess how would I know what they look like?
Yeah, I got to get a lot of stuff that's big and tall because I have a taller torso, a longer torso, and a shorter bottom.
Yeah.
I've always had a problem with the shirts not being long enough.
Yeah, I have the aside from the fat, I think I have a longer bottom half, so I get the weird. Shorts don't always fit right. So they fit better now that I've lost weight, but getting the waist and then like these shorts are a little longer, but I had to get them that big because
nowadays everybody's wearing them up.
Yeah, I don't like that either. I like them right here, top of the knee, middle of the knee.
All the kids these days are wearing them up, Daisy Dukes, man.
I don't get this generation at all. the like 20-year-olds generation, they're a weird bunch. And occasionally on the dating apps I'll match with hot young 20, and I'm like always thinking it could be fake. And a couple of them got really angry at me. And I'm like, I think actually it may have been a real person, because if they were trying to scam me, they would have tried harder. Like, one of them sent me nudes, which I did not ask for, and I'm like, I've not met you. I'm not sending you any pictures of my genitals. You could be a 12-year-old, and I could go to jail. I think. I don't know how that works, but you're sending porn to a minor, basically.
Some Indian guy gonna blackmail you for your pictures.
Yeah. Well, my buddy was like, "Oh, I just go on the internet, get a picture, and send it." And I'm like, "Yeah, but that's still, if it's a kid, I'm still gonna get in trouble. Not even if it's not mine."
Yeah. And no offense to Indians, by
the way. And then another one wanted me to send her Cash App to buy her drinks. And I'm like, no, I'll buy you drinks in person.
Right.
And but 25-year-old, she was looking for a sugar daddy, which I probably should have picked up on based on the messages she was sending me. Mm-hmm. But it's like, I'm not paying. And she's like, I'll FaceTime you right now. And I'm like, okay, even if you are who you say, I'm not desperate enough. I'm not desperate where I'm going to be sending chicks money to drink without me.
Right.
Like, that's not exactly my style.
You have a FaceTime date.
Yeah. I'm like, I mean, it would make me feel better to see that I'm not talking to because that's my thing. It's probably some teenage boy somewhere in India, probably, who's just trying to get, send me pictures of a hot blonde and say, hey, send me money. Not to mention, I even if I knew the person, I'd be like, I don't know buy you drinks by sending you like $10. That's what a drink costs. I mean, that seems, I don't know. No, I've had to subject myself to dating women my own age.
Yeah, better that way.
I'm coming to think so, because young kids don't even drink, which I don't. The problem I have with that is they're replacing it with weed. They're not. I think, and it's not even that. It's that when I mean, you're a little older than me, but I'm assuming it's the same way. Like, it was social. Like, that was the point of drinking, was you were out meeting people. Even smoking was usually a group activity. From my experience, it wasn't, I'm going to stay at home on my couch, get baked, and play video games. It was hanging out with friends and doing. This group, and it might be COVID, some of it, but they just don't socialize. And I'm like, it's not good for society that a bunch of these 20-year-olds don't know how to talk to other people or be around other people. So that's why I'm like, just go have a drink, or go smoke with your friends. Just don't sit at home and do nothing ever, and then not know how to talk to. There are grown ass people who have their parents call their employers and it's like, yikes. It's just, I'm trying to raise my children to be better.
Yeah, mine are pretty much almost grown. My youngest 17, so he'll be 18 in June. All my kids' birthdays are in June. I got June 1st, June 6th, and June 11th.
Oh, well, you were certainly productive at a certain time of the year consistently.
It kind of reverts back to like hurricane season,
Yeah, I was trying to do the math, because I don't know why I've noticed it this year. There seems to be an inordinate amount of my friends and family whose birthdays are in December, including mine. And I'm like, what's 9 months? I'm like, 10 months is Valentine's Day, but I think March would be, that would be the time. So it's not Valentine's Day. Something in March. I don't know. Stay careful out there, guys, in March.
Extra careful.
Yeah. There's the women are most fertile in March. Oh, that's mine are 13, and my daughter's about to turn 16.
Yeah, that's the fun ages.
Yeah, kind of. I
meant that sarcastic.
Yeah. No, I still like my son. He's not too that. He's a little. don't want to say late, but it's weird because like none of his friends look like they've gone through puberty. And it's like when I was 13, I was doing stuff that I don't think my son's doing.
Yeah.
Because, you know, when you take an hour in the shower, you're usually, it's pretty obvious what's going on. I don't think he's doing that. And it's like, man, I started doing that at 11, which probably was not healthy, probably a little too young, but I'm like, but comparatively to his friends, he's taller than most of them. They all look like little babies to me. And it's like, well, I guess that's good because he still likes me. He doesn't want to just spend all day jacking off in his room.
True.
My daughter went on her first date, last week or something. Yeah, that was
pretty tough, huh?
Yeah. Just staring at her location for 4 hours. Just
when she came home, were you cleaning the shotgun in the living room?
That's the boy came to the door, answered he was super prepared, like to answer questions, had a nice firm handshake. Yeah. It helps that he's in drama with her, so I've seen him in plays, so it's like I know you, and I can track you down if I need to. Like my ex-wife was like, I got his Instagram if we need it. But he works at Chick-fil-A, which I found out, and I'm like, oh, well, that's a good, like, you got to be, like, the employees there are always pretty damn good with, like, customer service. So I'm like, a teenage boy working there, that's probably a good kid. Mm-hmm. So that's a good sign.
He's working. That's the first good sign.
Yeah. And he walked her to the door afterwards as well. And, you know, but yeah, so I'm like, I know how tough it is on a first date. I don't need to scare the kid anymore. Because that was like, if he honks his horn, doesn't come to the door, like, that's when I just go walking out and casually have my gun.
Yeah, I never really had to worry about trying to scare.
Yeah, all
I gotta do is look.
Yeah, no, that's good. I will. I need to. I'm just maybe it's just an inch and a little bit of muscle away from just the intimidation factor, or maybe I change up the hair, the beard. I think you what you've got you've got something that you can lean into as an actor, which is a nice lane to be in because you know you're locally. I imagine you know everyone who knows of you. That's even. I think I sent you something to that I saw right after I lost a bunch of weight, and it's like we're looking for people to play linemen in a Baker Mayfield commercial, and I'm like, well, you couldn't have done this. They also had a Baker stand-in, and I'm like 20 pounds away from being able to do that. It's just the worst timing. Yeah. Get me when I'm too thin to be a lineman and just a little too fat to be Baker. Although with his pads, I could probably pass. They're pretty bulky.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he shaved recently. So.
Yeah, and he's not a tiny guy. I mean, he's a little on the shorter side, but.
Yeah, he's an inch or two shorter than me, I think.
Yeah. But looking at you after you said that, you probably could have done that.
Yeah. I probably should have. I did send an email for the lineman, and I got the thing, and I'm like, I'm not doing this.
I did too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I'm not. It was. I feel like it was something like exercise in your underwear on camera or something, and I'm like, what? No.
I didn't get the underwear part of it, but I did get send in a video of you doing some kind of exercise or whatever, and. Yeah, listen. I put on my email that I'm a former NFL player, and like if you need to see me do that.
Yeah, I wasn't fond of the email. I was just like, it just seems weird, and it's like I can't do that. I can't, like I'm one of those guys who's like, if I looked like Chris Hemsworth, I would not take shirtless photos because that just cringy to me. So. Yeah. And I'm like, when I'm exercise? Like, am I supposed to lift kettlebells? Like, what am I supposed to? Am I supposed to look at the camera and like mean mug the camera? I was just like, I don't know what my face looks like when I work out, and I don't really want to know. I've been told by people who've seen me on my walks that I look very angry, which I guess would probably work well for this, but I'm like, nah, I just have resting bitch face, kind of. That's actually one thing that I, with acting, that I get the most compliments for is my facial expressions. And it's because I constantly, if I'm out at a bar, I constantly need to be reminding myself to worry about my face, because I know that if I'm just sitting there, I'm just going to look like an angry, like, I never noticed it until a woman told me, like, why are you so upset? And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm not upset at all.
Right.
And she's like, you look so angry. You look like you're going to murder somebody. And I'm like, huh, okay. So ever since I was like 22 years old, ever since then, I'm like, just watch your face. So that helps with acting, because it's like, oh, I know how to make my face do different things. And I know if I just let my face rest, I'll look angry. So
yeah.
So I don't quite have the part of the reason I wanted to lose weight is it's like I don't have in Thanksgiving again, I'm the fat funny guy, which it works, but it's like it's not going to be a long career if that's the only role I can get is the fat funny guy, because it's like, I mean, look at the history. John Candy lived to 50, I think.
Right.
That's and I'm not comparing myself to John Candy, by the way, but it's like,
I understand what you're saying, though.
I just turned 39, and it's like, yeah, I don't seriously could die in my 40s if I'm over 300 pounds. Yeah. Like I don't. My frame is not built to carry 300 pounds. It's not supposed to. My body was telling me that with the symptoms. But yeah. Well, it was what was the line? It was in The Office. Kevin says to Ed Helms' character, he says he's going to quit to be an actor, and he's like, you're not handsome enough to be a leading man, and you're not fat enough to be a character actor. And it's like, oh yeah, that's a tough spot. I need to just write roles for myself. And that's what I'm doing. I'm making myself a leading man, whether you like it or not.
Nothing wrong with doing that.
Hey, Chris Pratt was actually about my size when he lost weight, and I think he was probably my age too. Like, he wasn't young when he looks great now. I mean, he looks young now. Yeah. I don't think he looked as young. Some people, you can go two ways when you lose weight. You can look younger, or you can actually look older. Mm-hmm. I think I look younger, although the gray hair is not helping my case.
Yeah, I know exactly. I got getting a lot of that now.
Yeah. Well, I always tell people, if you need me to play younger, I can dye it. Mm-hmm. It's not a big deal, and they got stuff you can just rub in there, and it's done quick.
That's a good thing about me. I mean, and probably because I'm not real thin. Like, I kind of have a baby face, so I can play like into my 30s, or play as a 30-year-old character, or go up in my 40s.
Yeah, well, that's the football movie. I play a disgraced former quarterback, and they're flashback scenes. So it's like, all right, I have to shoot the old scenes first, then drop 10 pounds, dye the hair, shave, and do the throwback scenes. Yeah. And I think I can pull off. It's supposed to be like 8 years, so I think I can pull off doing that. Lighting, makeup, it'll work. I'm just trying to convince casting directors to not buy my script and cast someone else to play the role, because I do have ChatGPT read my scripts, and I'm just feedback kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I always ask, who would your cast be for this movie, and it knows what character I'm writing for myself, obviously. But for the football movie, it's like, this is one where you may want to consider letting a star actor play the role, and you just being one of the assistant coaches or something, because this is an award-winning role, and it said something to the effect of, you don't know if you're good enough or something. It's like, oh, well, that's not a bad point. But yeah, but the names they were saying were like guys that were like John Barenthal. I'm like, he is way too old. There is no way he's gonna. I mean, if he's the quarterback and I'm his quarterback's coach, I feel like it's not going to look right.
Yeah,
because he is clearly in his 50s. I'm going to feel terrible if he's like 42 years old.
That's kind of how I kind of felt with like Byron Leftwich being offensive coordinator with Tom Brady playing quarterback. I was like,
yeah, this doesn't look right.
Shouldn't Tom be telling Byron what we're gonna run?
Yeah. Boy, I don't like Tom Brady in the broadcast booth. By the way,
no
hot take. Yeah, I think part of it is his ownership with the Raiders precludes him from doing some things or saying some things, and I'm like that's a. I mean, I liked Greg Olson. I do like Greg Olson in the booth.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah. So, and I don't like that. I don't understand how it works that he had to take like a $15-20 million pay cut because he's now the number 2 instead of the number 1. Like, wouldn't he? I guess maybe his contract is just pay is based off what tier he is, but it's like, ooh, Tom Brady taking money out of Greg Olson's pocket.
Yeah, I mean that's
Yeah,
it's America.
Yeah, that's the way it works. Oh yeah. I no love for Tom Brady in my heart. Jimmy, where I didn't check that oh yeah, we did a mic check. I was like, this would be terrible if our mics are on. It's just us. I just put out an episode of us pantomiming. Yeah. Read our lips. Where can people find you?
I don't know. Right here.
Yeah, Instagram or
yeah. So yeah, I'm on Instagram at JimmyFitz75. Facebook just under Jimmy Fitz. TikTok under Jimmy Fitz. I think TikTok is Jimmy Fitz 01.
I'll find you and put all the links in the show notes.
Yeah, but I don't do I don't have a Twitter or any of that stuff as of right now. So.
My Twitter is just all Tyler Shuck fan club stuff. It's been pretty exclusively Tyler Shuck for the past 2 weeks, and I should be promoting a movie that is not going to be out anymore by the time this airs, but no, it's all Tyler Shuck. Plus Thanksgiving's passed, so
yeah. And you can find me on IMDb as well.
Yes.
And, not all my credits are on there either, but
and you'll be able to see him in The Last Ride again in one theater in Winter Park, I think, January 13th, and sometime at Senflow, and it'll be out wide release probably in the summer of this upcoming year. So
yeah, can't wait to see it.
All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. See you next week. Boom, it's over. Thanks for listening.
It was amazing. I loved it.
Be sure to come back for another great episode.
I'm one wing away from Jeff Macolino.
Of the Jeff Macolino Podcast.
How much time did you spend on thinking of the name of your podcast? You went just straight, that's my name, I'll add the word podcast to it?
Yup. See you next week.